And hello, hello, hello. Hi, friends. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you
Hello,
for coming
everyone.
on with me, Junebug.
Let me adjust this thing here.
Hey, Swamp. Welcome in. Hey, Gayleen. Glenn, I watched back a little bit of your live the other night with the boys. It was good. Hi, Wonder Woman. Wendy, what's going on? Hey, Cindy. Cindy, you can hang for a half an hour. Hi, Vintage Memories. Welcome in. How are you? Shanna, welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for coming in. I did try to come live earlier on the weekend or before today, but it's been crazy, cray. So here I am. Here I am, and gonna have another busy week. So we'll see how the rest of the week goes. Shani, what's going on, girl? Shani, there was something that came up that I thought about you, and I can't remember what it was now. There was something. I honestly can't remember now, but I hope everybody is well. Wendy, I hope you're all over the hurricane disasters. I hope everybody's kind of out of danger and recovered from all of that. That was really crazy storms. Hopefully hurricane season's almost over. I think November 1st. Is November 1st the end of hurricane season, right?
End of November.
Oh, it's the end of November. Oh, okay. Anything
And
out
we
there
have
right
two
now?
out there. There's two out there.
Ugh.
But
It's cold though. It's 54 degrees here. The water's getting too cold.
we're supposed to be 43 Friday, I think.
All right.
I'm thinking it's going to go into Mexico, curve around. There's one
Okay.
in the Bay of Campeche, and then there's one over by Puerto Rico and all.
Okay. All right. So hopefully that'll November 30th says swamp. Okay. Yeah, so hopefully the cold weather
Yep.
and every day here has been getting cooler. Like today was like 69. Tomorrow's going to be high of 63.
Oh,
Hi,
wow.
Lucinda, honey. How are you?
That's
Yes,
good
heading
weather.
west. It's heading west. Okay. And you know what? If the water's too cold, it'll die, right? Isn't that what happens with hurricanes? It's the warm water that I'm not really a meteorologist, so I don't really know. And I try to listen to Ryan, you all. Speaking of which, where's Pam? Flipping.
And Ryan said today that the one furthest away is the one we need to watch out for.
Uh Hi, Dora. Oh, well, he's hanging in there, Dora. Hi, thank you, Lucinda. Yeah, so I mean, just to give you guys a little bit of an update, there's not really a whole heck of a lot to tell. He's going to have a repeat catheterization of the chambers of the heart tomorrow. Thursday is going to have a repeat lung test because he did fail the lung test. Tomorrow, the committee is going to meet tomorrow afternoon, and they're going to make a decision about heart transplant, LVAD, neither, defer it. I don't know. There's a bunch of things they're talking about. We're really not privy to a lot of that. It's going to be 45. Hi, Adam, on Friday. Wow. Chilly already. It's only October. Oh my God. Please forgive me because I am so tired every day. I get up so early, I get going, and then I crash and burn. This is why I've gotten nothing done. But quite honestly, I do need to do some work tonight. So I am going to do some work tonight. So bear with me. But that's really kind of right now what the update is. And I do have one other update, and I don't think Rob's watching. He doesn't usually watch me. He's probably got the Yankee game on at the hospital. So Brian's coming with the baby, and he doesn't know that because Brian and Nicole wanna surprise him. So
Oh,
they're gonna come tomorrow night at some point. So hi, Brenda. And yes, isn't her top pretty? She looks very pretty tonight. So they're gonna be here for a couple of days,
thank you,
and
Brenda.
it's just been a couple of days of just the doctor's appointments with dad and
100 years old.
a bunch of other stuff going on and just, testing and all kinds of stuff. So, every time I turn around, there's something going on. So, and running around and shopping, frost warning down to 32. Oh,
Wow.
wow. Okay. So yeah, the cold has
Okay.
the cold has arrived. Oh my God. I had like a mental block. I was going to say
Yeah, I
a
was gonna say
ribbon.
another reason why you're so tired is it's mental, physical, just not the running. The mental also will make you tired.
I know. I know. But the sad part is even like last night, although last night I probably could have fallen asleep, but my sister-in-law called to thank me for calling to wish her a happy birthday. And then my brother got on the phone and then we were all on the phone way past my bedtime, probably till like 10:30. And then I go to sleep, but like by 4:30, 5 o'clock, I'm up. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter what time I go to sleep. It's like that internal clock. And I tried to push the envelope, but I just couldn't. I think by 5. Well, maybe I did push the envelope this morning, actually. Maybe it was 6:20. It actually was because I got up and I started putting the coffee on and I couldn't believe my father was up already. So yeah, that's what happened this morning. But anyway.
I mopped till 11 o'clock, mopped the house.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And it's so many rooms to do. And did all the laundry. But James helped with the laundry, so
Oh, good.
He did most of it.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm missing Rob. I mean, that sounds terrible too, but it's just only because I rely on
You're
him.
going to starve to death, T.
I
while
can't.
he's
I
in
got
the
to feed my
hospital.
father. I can't. I got to feed my father.
But you're going to starve to death. You're so used to Rob cooking for you.
Hi, Andrea. Andrea, thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. Tell her, T. I don't even want to say it.
She crashed and burned, Robin.
Big time.
Yeah, so it happens. Sometimes these shows just you expect more than you get. Andrea, really quick, and guys, thank you again. Gayleen, June, and anybody else, I think Robin, whoever's leaving comments and watching videos, thank you
I just did.
so much. It's
I
so
watched the
appreciative.
old one with Donna.
Okay, it doesn't matter which ones you watch. It's all good. Doesn't matter.
It was a chat, and it was by the way, and it was 4 years ago, and I was in the chat.
Okay.
So it must be going on 5 years.
I know, it's so crazy. Time flies, right?
Yeah.
I spoke to Donna the other day. I didn't really speak to her. We were texting back and forth because I wanted to make sure, that she was still in Maine and that the girls and everybody was safe from the hurricanes and everything. Because I had even heard a tornado went through Palm Beach. So, she's got that. I'm on the coffee ones from 4 years ago. Thank you, Gayleen. Gayleen's like every 5 minutes. I'm like, Gayleen, you're so wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are really helping. Nancy, how are you, my friend? So good to see you. I hope you're well. So yeah, so it's really appreciated that you guys go back and do that. Stitch it. My goodness. And Karen's at the beach, some old friends. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you guys. Good to see everyone. So I said to Donna, I said, oh my God, I hope everybody's safe because that hurricane really did come across Florida. And I know Palm Beach did have some, tornadoes. I mean, the whole state of Florida, just the tornado warnings were crazy.
60 of them. 68 of them. That's a lot of tornadoes.
Yeah. See what everybody's saying about your top, June? Everybody loves it.
Everybody's like it. This thing is probably at least 15 years old.
The crazy card. What's going on, Mike? Hey, KK. Hi, sweetheart. How are you, honey? So yeah, it's definitely crazy when these things come in. So we all pray down south here that hurricane season goes by real quickly. But now that the weather's really getting cold, we're going through a big cold spell. Like they closed our pool here at the community Monday. And it's so funny because now the kids are coming down and they're coming from New York. So they're going to be like, oh, where's the pool? Well, guess what? Well, they can use the indoor pool because there's an indoor pool, but we'll see. I don't know. They're really coming to see Rob in the hospital. So, he's insisting tomorrow night to get to the hospital. I don't know. I mean, there's no restrictions on Mason's because I asked today, since he's out of CICU, they don't really have any restrictions on the baby. But how long are you going to keep the baby at the hospital? He's going to be 1. Like, he's too young. Like, there's no way. I mean, he'll be happy. Although he's such a happy baby, I'll tell you. Even when they
Is he walking? Is he walking?
Not 100% on his own yet. Not 100% on his own yet. He's
he's not going to be able to stay down there too long.
Yeah, he just was 10 months. He'll be 11 months November 9th because December 9th is his birthday. So December 9th, he's a year old. So, he's just a little over 10 months. So,
you're going to get some loving, some baby loving.
I'm so looking forward to the loving. But, I said to June, and don't take this as a selfish thing. And, I'm so appreciative that they're coming. But, everybody's like, oh, that's great. That takes some stress off your plate. They can go to the hospital. But this is a big week for us. Like Wednesday, tomorrow he's got the repeat of the cardiac cath for the heart chambers and the pressures. And then Thursday, and tomorrow's the big committee meeting with the transplant team and the LVAD team and the heart doctors. And it's like, and then Thursday we have the family meeting where, they're going to go over everything with us. They're going to give us our decision or potentially maybe defer their decision. That's a possibility with the repeat of the lung test. And then if they don't defer it and he is eligible for heart, then they got to figure out the actual level, which the levels are another thing. Right now, they're considering him, he's going to be a 2 or a 4, somewhere 2, 3, or 4. He's not a 1, because a 1 is when you're on ECMO. ECMO? Yeah.
And what is
one is when you're on ECMO, so he's not on. Yes, Pam. My youngest Brian and his wife Nicole, they had a little boy last year, and he's Mason, and Mason's going to be 1 year old on December 9th.
When he was admitted in the hospital, you said he had acute cardiac failure. Is that what you called it?
Stage heart failure.
Wait a minute. What
End stage heart failure. Yeah.
I knew there was a word.
Yes, ECMO. So Rob's not on ECMO, right? So he's not on what they call, well, he had been on an aortic balloon pump many, many moons ago, but they call it like a helicopter or something like that. I can't think of what they call it. And there's probably when they repeat the cardiac cath tomorrow, they're going to leave the swan in, and they're going to probably put some kind of, Pam, it's been crazy. They're going to put some kind of port in where they put this machine in, potentially, depending on what so the heart chambers have pressures. And in order to fall in certain categories, your pressures have to be so high and your output has to be so low. So his threshold, the pressure has to be greater than 15. And the last one they just did, his pressures are 22. And then the output has to be 1.8 or less, and they're like 1.2. Now, when they did it, and the reason they're repeating it is he had a lot of fluid still on him when they did this a week ago, whatever it was. And they did like a dual cardiac cath, because they not only went into the neck to the chambers of the heart, but they also went into the wrist to do the valves or the whatever they check for blockages. I forget what it actually is, but I try to be medical, but I'm not 100% medical. So they don't have to do that tomorrow. So they're not going into the wrist. They're just going into the neck. And then as long as, I mean, this sounds terrible, as long as he fails that test, they want him to fail, right? They want his heart pressures to be above 15 and his chambers to be less than 1.8.
So he'll qualify then.
So, well, no, he qualifies anyway. It's just the level of qualification that you fall into.
Okay.
So, in other words, ECMO is stage 1. If you're on ECMO, you're like the top of the, and I say the top of the list, but this really isn't even the top of the list. This is just the staging. There's 6 stages, and you fall into a stage of the transplant, right? So 2 means you have that, you have all your other functioning organs, and you don't need a dual transplant, and you are on 2 or more isotopes, beta blockers. I don't know. I mean, he's on for lack of a better word, I'm thinking dopamine, but it's dobutamine or something like that. Again, Robin probably knows what it's called. But I don't know. All I know is that it freaking he had a problem with that yesterday, and I knew he was going to have a problem with that yesterday. And we were walking, because I've been trying to walk him, because one of the things with being a transplant patient is pre-rehab. Yeah, when you're at end stage heart failure, your heart's not going to will not recover or function better, right? They just want it. They have to prove. This heart transplant team, like, it is like a.
You said it right, T.
What?
You said it right.
Oh, dopamine. Yeah, it helps strengthen the heart muscle. So, what happened, and Robin, you probably know this too. And I got to look, I don't remember the word now. It was PHE. Okay, so what happened was the vasopressor, that's what they call it. I'm trying to be very educated here. Hey, I wanted to be a doctor. I'm really getting my education more.
You sure are.
So this vasopressor called dobutamine, it did that thing, extravasation, vintage memories. In other words, what happened was it came on the outside of his arm, inside his skin. Like, there's a word for it. Robin, help me with the word. I can't say what happened to it. And I knew it yesterday, because when I was walking him past the nurse's station, I said to the nurse, Kara, I said, Kara, can you look at his arm? Because this is not the first time his arm has kind of blown up. He's a very hard stick, infiltrated. Thank you. He's a very hard stick. They got multi ports in, hep locks in him, extra ones, just because he's such a hard stick. And they really had considered a mainline, A-line, whatever they call that, at some point. They may still go back to that. I even said, yeah, something like that. So what happened was it infiltrated, and his arm started, whatever happened when she looked at it, she flushed it, and she said, all right, we're going to keep an eye on it. Well, he went all the way to this morning with it, and forget it. Dobutamine. Thank you. So, yeah. So long and short of it is, now they had to give him injections of this stuff called fentanyl. And what that is, it's a antidote for the infiltration, because dobutamine can kill your arm. I mean, like, we don't want to have his arm amputated. We don't need him to lose an arm to gain a heart.
For real.
So they're working on that. I left them with giving them more injections. He got 10 needles in his arm now of this Feta. They wanted to give him 10 liters. The nurse started with 5 or milliliters, whatever, mLs. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know if it was mLs, BLs, LLs.
They're still going to keep doing that till it goes away?
So they just did it a second time when I was leaving, because when she called the pharmacy said, no, just give it to them all. And it was like this tremendous needle, and they're poking him, and like, oh my God.
I bet he's black and blue from all.
Oh my God. The black and blues are crazy. He has black and blues everywhere. And they keep giving him the stupid freaking heparin. And the other day he got heparin. And I swear to God, we needed a mop for the floor. And he's not even on blood thinners. The blood was like crazy nonsense. I'm sorry if I'm grossing anybody out, if anybody doesn't handle all this. Like, I handle all this. I did do some phlebotomy way back in the day. But he just bleeds a lot. So now they've been giving it up in his, flabby shoulder part. Because they have to give it, they can't put it in, they have to put it in something that's got a little whatever. But after losing 32 pounds of water, I don't know if there's much left of flabby. He certainly doesn't have an ass. He never did. So, but anyway, so that's where we stand with all of that. So if those pressures stay where they are and the output stays where it is, and they put in this, I don't know. I want to say the words helicopter, but I think that's wrong too. I'm just picturing something. They were like a fan thing or whatever, or an aortic balloon pump. That's what it was 24 years ago, even though he had a larger one. This is a portable one that he would get, and he would stay in the hospital, and that would be a level 2. So he would stay in the hospital till he received a heart. And if he's approved and he gets on the list, they really have no means to tell us other than it could be 2 weeks, it could be 8 weeks, it could be 2 months, it could be 8 months.
Let's just pray it's real quick.
And he's not O, which is actually a good thing. A is a better blood type because O is the universal donor, and he'd wait 2 years, they said, if he was an O. So being an A is actually on his side. And what else? I mean, there was so many other things.
It's just a lot to absorb.
Yeah, there was just so many other things. I mean, yesterday, literally, we sat with the social worker for about an hour and a half at least. And then the transplant head nurse of the transplant team, I mean, she must have given us almost 3 hours. I think she came in at 1:30 and she left at 10 to 4. I mean, it was a good 2.5 hours. I mean, it was a long day yesterday, and I was exhausted when I got home. And again, trying to sleep. And like Robbie said, even with his sleep. And then we had another social worker come in today. She's the palliative care social worker. And that's something else that we have to consider at some point, because he's not a heart transplant candidate and he's not an LVAD candidate, or he decides he doesn't want the LVAD because he's kind of against it, then, he might be going on palliative care, and, we'll see. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But right now he's fighting. Right now he's walking, he's doing what he can do. And if he has to stay, he has to stay. He understands that, because if he goes home, they don't really want to send him home on the dobutamine because of the chance of cardiac arrest. And obviously in the hospital, yes, exactly. Thank you, Robin. Robin, you're so helpful. Yeah, so it doesn't destroy the surrounding tissue. Yes, so they were doing that tonight. The actual night nurse came on while I was there, and she came and helped the day nurse because they were switching shifts. So they were doing that. And there's the same team he's had too, which is good. Although tomorrow I think they change again because they're like 3 days on and 3 days off, or however that goes with nursing. I'm not sure, Robin, you would know too, with 12-hour shifts and floors and cardiac wings and things like that. I don't think they overwhelm them 5 days in a row, 12-hour shifts. So yeah, so that's where we stand. But that being said, I'll know more on Thursday, and depending on what happens, with the family and everything being here, I still have intentions on maybe coming on for an hour or so on Thursday. So I'm hoping that you guys will hear and listen to me as I talk through all this, and it does help. And there's just so much literature and so much stuff. That was the other thing that I was going to do last night before my sister-in-law called and we landed up on the phone for over an hour. Was I brought a bunch of stuff home to read through because she gave me packets on all of this stuff. He also needs 2 caregivers. I can be one, obviously, will be the main caregiver, but then I have to pick somebody else, and it can't be my father, and it can't maybe not be my aunt either. And my aunt, for 2 reasons, even though she is an RN by trade, she's retired, she just hit 80, and she's a very healthy 80, right? But she's still 80, and she's the main caregiver to her husband, who has Parkinson's. So the only other person that's kind of left then is my cousin Nicole, which is fine. And she's fine with it. I was at her house this morning and we talked about it. And it's not really even like it's almost kind of like a backup that if anything was to happen to me, or that I got called out of town, which don't know why that would happen, or something happens with my dad that I have to attend to him, she would be the backup. So that's for transplant. LVAD does not require a backup, which to me seems like you need one more with LVAD than you do with transplant, because the LVAD situation is really tough with cleanliness and keeping the site and where the wire comes out of your body, and the batteries that can never go dead. Like, to me, you almost need 2 brains working on that. But anyway, it is what it is. But so yeah, and that's the story with that. I really haven't done a lot this week in eBay, so I really gonna do a little bit now, guys. I printed out the sheet. My sheet looks blank because I haven't even had time to type anything in there. I'm just going to keep it on my sheet for now. And at some point when I have a little more downtime at the hospital, I will. I really haven't even had downtime at the hospital the last 2 days. So when I do, I'll fill in my sheet. But does anybody have any sheet issues? Some column we didn't hide? Some question about any of the columns? Anything that's outstanding with the sheets? We're halfway through the month already. I can't believe it's the 15th. So let me know if you guys don't have access, if you've lost access. I know Jenny had a problem the other day. I sent her. I don't know that everybody, and I'm sorry if everybody gets it again when I resend it. I don't know why it does that. It probably thinks I have an update, but it did because I got it, because I have myself on to receive it. So if you get it a second time, I apologize. You can delete it at that point, because if you have it saved somewhere, that's fine too. But if you guys have any questions, you have anything going on with Etsy, Poshmark, Mercari, anything that we can help you here with, let us know. I know Junebug's really struggling on eBay. I don't know where the rest of you are. We kind of talked about it today. I'm not really sure why. Maybe she's got to start running some sales. Maybe we got to look at her pricing. Maybe it's just really that slow right now. What do you guys think? What's going on with eBay? I mean, I can't judge because I haven't listed a lot. I sold a couple of things over the last couple of days. Richard, are you here? Rev Artist, are you in the chat, honey? Where is he tonight? has been decent lately. Christmas stuff is selling. eBay was horrible this weekend, so I have some pros and cons. So Jenny says it's been decent, and Shani says it's horrible. Well, June hasn't sold a thing in, 6 days? And she's listing every day. She's doing the best practices. Maybe June, maybe we run a little sale, even if you don't run it on everything.
Right. I thought about that today.
I think folks are on standby due to presidential election. Also, most folks just had fall break with the kids, so money is tight. Yeah, fall break meaning like just this long weekend, the 4-day weekend. So some schools had Friday for Rosh Hashanah, and then Monday for Columbus Day. Believe it or not, here in South Carolina, we didn't, but it was a federal holiday, so no post office yesterday, no banks. But if you live in an area that doesn't have Jewish clientele, listen to me, Jewish population, you probably didn't get Rosh Hashanah on Friday. But you may have gotten Columbus Day yesterday, or you may not have gotten Columbus Day yesterday. So we didn't get either holiday here. But back in New York, where my niece is, I know she had a 4-day weekend. In the South, they get a full week now, those wimps. June should try promotions, worth a try. You have to give it a week or two. I have Rob's clothes on promotions, and I did sell a few pieces this week. So I don't know if it's just, that they're selling, or if clothes is still a thing that, still sells. I haven't sold one thing, but I haven't promoted anything either. I'm running a sale right now. I just started this morning. I put something on a 3 or a 4-day sale, not a long sale and not a big discount. I think I only did 10%. Just to kind of see if I can get my store going. But right now I'm going to list a couple of things and try that too. So let's talk about promotions a bit, because I'm not a big fan, Karen, of promotions, but we have talked about it, and I did give it a try on Rob's store, because I always feel once you start it.
Daddy?
No, not yet.
Hey, Mama.
Hang on.
No problem. I can mute you too.
Sorry, I'm trying.
I can mute you. I can mute. All right, she got it. She's got a little house full going on over there, which is fine. But Karen, do you do it on all your merchandise? Do you pick and choose? Do you just do 1 or 2%? Do you run what they require? I'd be curious to see what you would do. And realize promotion cuts into net profit, but might help a bit. Right. I know. That's June's daughter and her son-in-law. Okay. She's going to say goodbye to them. No problem. So I know it cuts into profit. So what I did was I just did 3% on Rob's stuff. So I have his stuff pretty competitively priced, because it's clothes and it's just, it's nothing crazy. It's bread and butter stuff. It's not a lot of high end stuff. It's a lot of stuff was from the Sears buy, some stuff new with tags, things like that. I never had access, but that's okay. I'm focused on organizing inventory, doing sales. Wendy, make sure I have your correct email address, honey. Make sure you email me with your correct email address, because I am sure I had you on the email for the thing. I'm almost positive you're on there, but I'll double check and make sure you are. But I think you're definitely in the emails for that. Double check, make sure it didn't go in your spam or anything like that. And then there's some email addresses I'm not 100% sure, because you guys may have given me, like, I'm not honestly sure who Mom GN36 is. So maybe that's you. If that's not you, let me know. Or who's CJR Kids? CJR Kids. Some of you may have sent me a second email, or you may have shared it with a second email, which is fine, because I didn't send it to the right one. All right, Wendy, let me make sure. I'm going to send it to you anyway, just to send it to you. If you, my DC123 at AOL. Okay. Even if you don't, oh, you need access on both. Oh, that's you, Cindy. Okay. Yeah, because sometimes I don't know exactly who is who. But you know what? I'm going to send it to you anyway, Wendy. Even if you don't use it this month, maybe you want to print it out. Maybe you want to play with it. And then, this way I'll have you in there for next month. And if anybody wants to join it, you can always join. Just send me your email address and tell me you want to get in on the contest. You want to be part of the listing challenge, and I'll certainly put you on there. All right. So let me add you. And bear with me 1 second, guys. All right, that's coming to you, Wendy, now. So you should get access to that. I think I locked the master page, and some people asked to be on it, and your form is at the bottom, guys, because it's not the master. I had to lock the master page, which is the first one, so that nobody can put their numbers in. So you have to find your name. It's in alphabetical order. So Wendy, you got to scoot the arrow all the way to the end to get to you. Like Adam's first because he's A, and Cindy's second, and Gayleen, and then Glenn, and Jenny, and Robin. Jim Williams wanted to be in it, but I haven't seen Jim come in a few days. Same thing with Dad's Vintage Garage, John. I haven't seen John. I think we helped him out, do what he needed to do there and hide some columns. Thank you. I think Gayleen did that for me. Thank you, honey. There you are, Wendy. All right, you got in. And then Lindsay too wanted to be part of it, but I haven't seen her come in as much. And Pam, she's always lurking, or she's doing her own thing. I know she's listing because she's always in the background if she's not here. And she's on a Mac, so it's a little hard for her to put her numbers in here, but she'll fill them in at the end to her best ability, or she'll send me a sheet. So some of you can just print the sheets out, fill them in as you go along. Wendy, I don't know that I hid any columns for you. So if you don't sell on all those platforms, let me know which platforms you don't sell on so I can hide those columns or have somebody hide them for me if you don't know how to do it. If you know how to do it, you can hide them. Just don't delete them. That's my biggest pet peeve with that, because then you throw things off. So, all right. Everybody else is good with the sheets, though, and everybody's moving along. Is anybody else having any challenges whatsoever with anything besides me? Oh, my goodness. June's back.
I'm sorry. I didn't know they came over.
That's all right. No worries. Do you need to step away still?
No, they were just come and check on me,
Okay. Yeah, because I know some of you I might have sent and done different emails, because some of you have 2 emails. I know, like, even when we did the forms, and I might have gotten your information from the forms when Donna and I were invoicing you guys, and one email might just be your PayPal email address. So, all right, let me get you shared. You should be good now. All right, you should be good now, Wendy. Just confirm that. I think you're good. All right. Yeah, because some of you need another email address, which is fine. It's not a big deal. And I'm sorry we're being a little quiet, guys. It's starting to work a little bit. Oh, thanks for asking, Robin. So yeah, I did the campsite Friday and Saturday, and then when we did the church, my dad came with me for the church. He didn't help me with the ice cream. He came to the picnic because it was our church. But it all went really good, and the campsite Friday was Friday was hard because some people, like I said, had off. Some people didn't, so they had some sales. It wasn't great. I mean, probably what we would do in a couple of hours around the neighborhood. But then Saturday was good, and then Sunday at the church thing, I just that was really me giving back to the church, because monetarily I can't really help the church that much. So I kind of like covered my costs and the gas and stuff like that. So I knew exactly. Have to go to the ENT doc in the AM to get all clear for my next surgery. All right, sweetheart, you going to bed? You going to bed? I will need to read it. My good eye is tired tonight, so I'll wait to view and print it tomorrow. All right, Wendy. Wendy, if you have any questions about it, feel free to text me. Make sure everybody has my new number. If you don't, it should be in the body of the video when it's ended, or any one of my videos. I did change it. Well, maybe not the ones from 4 years ago. I don't know if they changed when I updated on the thing, but or go back and watch a video, because I need sleepy time for me. Okay. The video from when we were going to do the challenge for September, we did a pretty good, thorough explanation about the columns and the rows. The only thing we may not have showed you how to do is how to hide anything. So if you don't know how to hide a row or a column and you need help with that, just let us know. And either June or Gayleen or Adam, somebody can help me. Thank you, Shani. Somebody can help me if I
can do that.
All right, yeah.
Somebody will let me know.
Yeah, it just if somebody needs help with hiding columns, you guys, we're all trying to help each other here, so it's all good.
But T's not going to listen, guys. But what we were discussing last time, I came up with an idea. So we're going to send T off somewhere away from or mute where she can't hear us, because I came up with an idea of.
Do you want me to disappear for a minute?
Yeah, will you?
Okay. All right. So I have to mute this and my
Yes, I can.
I'll just take myself out of the chat for a minute, okay?
Okay, all right.
How long do I need to?
I'll text you. I'll just say
Okay.
ready.
Okay.
Okay, I came up with an idea that no one would take money to try to help T out some, because she's in a predicament right now with Robbie, and the expense she has to pay to park. She's lost a lot in income, but you know how she has to buy a coffee. Nothing is taken out of that. If we went to PayPal, they would take money from it. I think 30%. If we take, but I felt like we should do something rather than GoFundMe to try to help T through this. And everybody, just buy coffee. You can donate whatever you can. What do y'all think? Or do you know of another route to go that would not charge a fee? I don't know. I had said something to T about trying to figure out. I said GoFundMe, and she said she kind of, because they take fees, and she said that she would be leery of that. And then I know PayPal does. And does PayPal take a fee if it's friends and family? Does anybody know? Do they still take a fee, Gayleen, on the coffee? Okay, so if we do friends and family through PayPal, they don't take a fee? Oh, okay. All right, then I'm going to do a write-up about what's going on, so I'll let y'all know when it's been done. But I think it would go on her 1099. I don't think that's going to matter at this point, on that part, because I'll be honest, y'all, I've had to help her this week, to be honest, for gas and stuff. I mean, she's had a lot of things going on behind the scenes, and today she called me and she said she's getting real hard watching her husband die. She said, because she knows he won't be coming home. And it just breaks my heart, and I just want to try to help her out a little bit to take, for the power bill, whatever. And she's having a rough time. I think y'all all know that. But I'll let you know when I get it set up, okay? I just wanted to let you know because we were talking about it the other day. I'm going to text her and tell her that she can come back. Okay, we'll do friends and family. That way you'll have everybody will have a synopsis, and I can share it other places. I'll end up crying if I don't get shut up about it. They're my best friends. They really are. I mean, she's a good person.
All right, I'm here. I almost fell asleep. I almost fell asleep. All right, I got
Okay,
it.
let me get back to doing this.
So I just got an offer on a Macari. I can't find it. So weird.
What's the cons of Shopify, selling on Shopify? Or who should
I
you
sell on Shopify.
you do?
Who's asking?
I was, because somebody told me, or I heard it on YouTube or something, that they don't charge they charge a month. Somebody charges a monthly fee.
Shopify does.
But no fee, like $29.99 a month or something.
Yes.
But when you sell something, you get all the money.
Right.
Right.
Well, less the credit card fees. Because you always get a credit card fee. I get a credit card fee when people buy ice cream, right? So it's always, 2.9 or 3.5% plus, I think it's a quarter per transaction or something like that. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head what it is. And actually, I know with Chase, because I use Chase for the ice cream truck. There he is. Rev, I was asking for you, sweetheart. I have your box already and I'm going to ship it tomorrow. I actually ran out of ink in my printer. So I have to go and buy ink, which is going to kill me to start printing labels. But I have an eBay I have to print tomorrow too. So anyway, Shopify is, and again, I promised somebody who wanted to do. All right, sweetheart. Good night, Cindy. Good night, honey. We'll see you Thursday. We'll be back on Thursday. All right. Maybe I'll try to come on a little earlier on Thursday. Shopify, I think I might have a promo code for it if anybody wants to sign up for it. I have to look, but if you were interested, let me know, because I think I have something for the first month or two, it's $1. Because that's how I did it. I think it might have even been 3 months. I can't remember quite honestly exactly what it was. But there is some kind of promotion for the first month or 2 months, or maybe up to 3 months, it's $1, and then it goes to $29.95. So that's not the downfall. I don't mind. We pay that for eBay, right? A lot of us who have stores pay that a month. I pay that. What?
I pay $60.
Well, and Robbie does for his store, right?
Yeah, but I can change it next October. Well, so do you think that would be good for me? I figured the more I'm out there exposed.
The problem with Shopify, and hear me out with Shopify.
Okay, that's what I want to know, the cons.
June, how do you get there? Can you get to my store right now?
What?
Can you get to my Shopify store right now?
I don't even know how to get on Shopify.
I know. So that's the biggest problem with Shopify. You have to advertise.
Never mind, forget it. I ain't got time for that.
And you don't have the money. So besides the $29.99,
it says it's not available, or I would do Macari. In my area.
I don't understand that, but maybe.
But yet I have a password and all that. But when I go to sell, it says it's not available in my area. But when I Google it, it says it is.
I never heard of such a thing.
You ain't got time, but you can go on and try to hook me up with Macari.
All right. Well, we'll take a look at that.
Just another outlet. What do you recommend then?
Well, for the stuff that you're selling, Macari would be the place to go. That's the best
bet. I kind of figured that.
Shopify, here's the thing with Shopify. Okay. For me, on Shopify, I'm doing new merchandise. I'm not doing any now. For the crafts for you, it'd be wonderful, right? So like my tablecloths, my pillows, my
Kind of like Etsy.
kind of like Etsy, but it doesn't have to be Etsy. It could be, you could buy things on, like Pat D's does, on a pallet of new stuff, or the Sears buys that I did new with tags and stuff like that. Etsy is kind of like if you had your own, yeah, makes no sense. Try to start a new account, everybody's saying. I agree, guys. Something's wrong. I feel like maybe you got to clear your cookies.
I will.
Yes, Rev, absolutely you could.
Ask him.
You could absolutely sell your knives on Shopify. No problem. Okay? Because you're not governed by anybody but yourself. Now, you've got to stay within the law, like with shipping and stuff like that. Again, I'm not up with, what you can ship gun and knife wise by mail. I have no idea what's legal, what's not legal. I don't dive into that because I'm selling. Now, the other thing I'm selling now on Shopify is t-shirts. So what I have done, I have designed some t-shirts that have my daily motivational sayings on it, right? So I put the saying on the front, and I have the Team T Academy on the back on some of them. And then some of them I just put the logo on the front, and I just put my little, branding with my registered trademark and stuff for Team T Academy on the front with the saying. And I didn't put anything on the back because some people are not going to know who Team T Academy is, and they may not want to support, but they might like the saying. So I don't want to stop sales because they don't want Team T. You know what I'm saying? So I put some of that out there on Facebook a couple of days. Like I posted them on my own personal Facebook page to see if I could get to drive some traffic to my Shopify store. And I was going to do the same thing with Instagram. But quite honestly, with everything that's going on with Rob right now, I've got so much I can work on while I'm at the hospital. And I just can't get in the mental, just to keep, and then we keep getting interrupted. A doctor comes in, a nurse comes in, this one comes in, his lunch gets, just whatever it is, it's just so hard to stay focused there. So that's why in the morning before I go, when I'm having my coffee, I try to do a little bit. And now when I get home, I try to do a little bit. Quite honestly, sometimes I'm just so mentally exhausted. That's why, even when I come here, sometimes it's better for me to now I've done a few things since I've been here, nothing crazy, a few sharings and things like that. But I'm so mentally exhausted sometimes that it's like I can't focus either. But that's my goal. My Shopify store is my goal, to let go of the fees that I pay on Etsy. Right now, I still have to pay fees because I still have to have the pillows made, the material for the tablecloths, for the napkins, for the place, for all of this stuff that I am selling. And I'm still vamping that up, and I'm still trying to design some new stuff for this year, but I don't think I'm going to get to any new stuff this year. It's going to probably be still all the old designs from last year. And what I think I'm going to aim to do eventually, not right now, but eventually, is maybe have like a one-of-a-kind store where if you buy this tablecloth, napkins, and pillows or shams or whatever it's going to be, or throw pillows, whatever, they're going to be one of a kind. The design is going to be no more, and I'm going to design, even if it's just a slight difference where, instead of, red roses, it's white roses, but it's the same pattern, whatever it might be. I don't know. I was thinking about that. And I was also thinking about keeping some of that stuff up in the higher end selling, because quite honestly, I sold the tablecloth on Etsy yesterday for $116.99. Okay. Now, of course, there's my cost to make the tablecloth, and there's my cost for the shipping and all of that stuff, and plus what Etsy takes. Now, Etsy wouldn't take a fee on that if I sold it on Shopify, but I still have to have the work done, right? Cannot find offer in Macari app or cannot find item. If someone sent you an offer, Macari offers under app inbox messages. TFYI, I love Flip. Really helped me with Posh sales. Awesome. Yay. So that's the Shopify story. So for $29.99 a month, if I could sell 10, 20, 30 tablecloths plus 10, 20, 30 other items, and I was making, $1,000 or $2,000 a month on my Shopify store, paying $29.95 a month, I'm good. I got banned on Poshmark. No idea why. I was listing my second item and it closed my account saying I prohibited from using Poshmark. Can't get any explanation as to why. Really, Gayleen? You? That's so weird. Can you tell us what the items are? Were they Playboys or something like that? Might be nudity or I don't know. Controversial swastikas, like things that you would think of that you would get in trouble on eBay for selling, or trademarks or Velcro or something like that. Department 56? Really?
That's
Well,
was
maybe.
it Reed? Probably was. No, I'm joking.
Richard.
She had it in the Department 56 item,
Huh.
and they found it.
Maybe they have something. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever sold. I sold all my Department 56 to you guys. I didn't sell it. I didn't sell it on Posh. I don't think I listed one Department 56 on Posh. It either went to eBay or it went to you guys and sold right away. So I didn't have to worry about cross-posting it. Well, I'll have to look under Poshmark if Department 56. Yeah, I sell Department 56 on eBay all the time. All right, so let me go underneath this and see if I can find messages. There it is. Okay. There it is. Offers. I'll take it. I'm just taking any offers right now. I just have to.
Are you gonna tell him what school you found on the Rev for the?
Oh, Rev on your University of Texas. So June and I were doing a little research on that, and everything we see University of Texas is the Longhorns. Does anyone use Zelle? I use Zelle, yeah. Do you like it better than Venmo? Well, Venmo, I pay a fee. If somebody Zelles me, I don't. So it's the Longhorns, right? That's what you want, because there also is a University of
Austin
loco, but it says at Austin or at somewhere else.
Okay, that I got it. Thank you. Now, do you want a ceramic coffee mug, or do you want a stainless steel insulated? I have the stainless steel. I've ordered a ceramic because I figured that's what you wanted, like a glass one.
All right, 1970.
And I will have it ready as soon as it comes, I'll have it ready in 3 days because it has to cure. The stainless steel, let me go get it, okay? The two I have. And I want to say 15 ounces when T gets back. Okay, I'm going to go get it.
Oh, I forgot to leave Robbie pencils. He wanted a pencil. Sorry, guys. I figured I'd pack this up right now. This way everything can go tomorrow. I don't like when I have like trickling stuff either. It's crazy. When it's a little bit here, a little bit there.
Okay. All right. This, you probably don't want. It doesn't have a handle. That's stainless steel, insulated, spill proof. This one has a handle. I don't know if it's a 15 or 17. Wait. Oh, designed in Texas. 10 ounce. This is a 10 ounce. This is a glass, which I just found, but I can change the lid out.
All right. Well, he's saying yes, ceramic, please.
Okay, this is a glass one. These turn out pretty good. No, this one is 17 ounces, but I think you want a white ceramic, right? Because that's what I ordered. But yeah, you don't have to take it. You can have one of these if you want it. The ceramic is good. Okay, I'll do the ceramic because I think you'll like it better. The colors turn out better on it as well. This is good for alcoholing rather than sublimation. Because I'm going to burn it into the cup. And it will be dishwasher safe because I cure them. I might as well do these when I do yours. I don't like this lid, these bamboo lids. I always switch them out. Okay. You okay? What is she doing? Tea.
I'm sorry. I'm packing these magazines.
Oh, okay. That's tape. It didn't sound like tape.
I figured I'd get this out of the way now.
That's fine.
I got 2 other packages going tomorrow, so let's make it 3. Well, hopefully, I think they paid. They'll pay. I took their offer. They have to pay. It's McCartney.
If y'all looked at my challenge sheet, it's sad. It is very sad. It's got zeros for sale.
Sorry. Sorry.
It just scared me. I didn't know if.
Sorry. Sorry.
Okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, no sales. None. And I've listed 15, 17, 19, 19, 19, 20, 20, and dropped some. I got to add them. I have them wrote down on my sheet. I got to add, and I dropped throughout the day some. Those were scheduled to drop every 30, 40 minutes.
Like I said, maybe you better run a sale Just pick a few items, even not a lot, but maybe just put something on 10%.
Don't you have to do a whole category?
No.
You can pick and choose?
Yeah, you could pick 10 items if you want. They could be a shirt, a magazine,
I
a
just don't
book.
want to put the my twin dolls.
Right, so you don't have to. I can show you how to do that. That's easy enough.
Yeah.
Robin's asking, how's your traffic been? Do you know how to check your traffic?
So yeah,
Okay.
I just learned how to do that.
It's a lot. You know what? It's a learning curve too, June. Listen.
It is. I learned so much, but traffic. Oh my God, y'all. What do you want to know? The listing impressions or click-through rate? Oh, my click-through rate is really good. It's 0.
On your entire store or just on one item?
I'm just looking under click view. And then the listing page views down 17%. Sales 0. I don't know what this listing page per views 3,401. Listing impressions 276,000. But I'm down 22% on listing impressions. What's listing impressions?
The amount of time that somebody clicks on your listing, how many impressions you get. I mean, that's crazy that you're down 22%. Are you up with listing?
I'm up to 25 a day. I was only doing 10.
That's crazy.
25 to 28 because I'll drop 2 or 3 during the day. I'm going to clear my whatever that is, my history. Tracking uploaded on time. Okay. 100%, of course. Sales conversion. What is listing page? Oh, okay, never mind. Listing page views 3,400, but I'm not up on anything except 0. 0 has an up on click-through rate, and sales conversion has a red down 0. Weird.
Because you're not converting any sales because you're not selling anything right now.
Right. That's sad. I'm going to have to I got to do something. Okay, let me ask you this. If I am scheduling and we're doing this, like listing right now, should I just go ahead and list them rather than putting them anywhere?
Sure, you could.
Rather than putting them in drafts?
Yeah.
See, I put everything in drafts.
Right. But, I told you too, you don't want the computer or the algorithm to get too used to automatic listings, because then I swear we get punished for that, because I think, and that's why I said, kind of turn that up. Like if you're going to do 25 listings a day.
Memories, you don't make me feel too bad.
My listing impressions are down 26%. Wow. All right. So
eBay screwed up right now.
Probably. Who knows? So if you have a bunch of stuff in draft and you want to go in and you click on, see, my brain isn't working at all tonight. Oh my God. You want to click on schedule. Usually what we do is let's say put 10 on scheduled, and then I'll put tomorrow's date, like 10/16, every 7 minutes or something, right?
I do all that.
But then I might go and pick 10 more and do them every 17 minutes. And then even with that in between, like you said, Tech said that he had better results actually posting the listing himself versus scheduling. Okay, so maybe we try that. Listen, I have a small tool and I had no sales either for over a week until Saturday, and made me crazy. But I think it was hurricanes, as I have been getting sales every day now. I'm on the West Coast.
I was wondering if it affected because people are donating tea. They're trying to help these people.
Right.
There
Right.
was a lot of states hit.
I
It's
know.
going to take all of us.
Right.
You know,
No, I mean, I know it's a combination of a lot of things. I mean, reselling in a whole, guys, reselling in a whole for the most part. And I'm not saying for everyone. You know, people who have hundreds of thousands of listing, they're down, but they're not down like maybe some of us who only have a couple of hundred or a couple of thousand listings, right? I rarely put things in draft. I just list right away. All right, so maybe we got to try that.
Okay, well, I have so much. I know they're only going to be good for 75 days. I think what I'm going to do.
Well, you don't. You could just leave them on schedule. Then you could just go in them automatically, and then just list them yourself.
Well, I'm listed until the 30th. Or they're not the 30th. I'm going to be tonight until the 30th of October.
Okay.
Scheduled.
Okay.
And I still have 50 something in drafts.
Okay. So what I almost would recommend, try this. Can't hurt. Whatever you have scheduled for tomorrow, just go in there and just list them yourself.
Do you know how to something else?
What?
Why not just leave that in scheduled and drop another item?
You can do that too.
Would
then
that be better?
Yeah, then you'll be listing like 35 items a day.
Right.
I mean, that's up to you. You could. You have enough stuff.
I've got so much stuff.
I know.
Because, I mean, I got your store. A lot of it.
But last year compared to this year, equal within 1% of my eBay sales. Okay. 1% sell through is, they say is good. So.
Really?
Yeah.
It just sounds so low.
It sounds so low. I know. Yeah. I know.
All right. Did you list something, T?
Yes.
Okay.
Couldn't find my eBay store on my phone. I'm like, are you kidding me? What the heck?
How long will it take you when we're done to show me how to put certain items on sale? Will it take long?
No, we could do it here right now.
Okay.
Ooh, send an offer. I can send an offer for this.
Oh, you got another one?
On eBay, yeah. I do.
Good.
I mean, eBay doesn't matter because, people, they.
Oh, that's not a sale. That's an offer. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, Gayleen, let me ask you this. Are you ending and selling similar to the older? Yes. Yes, I am. But let me ask you this. You know where it says task, Gayleen? It says add recommended items specifics. I can't hardly say that word. Do you do those? I did and did and did. Oh my gosh. Every day they're telling me I'm up to 676 that they want.
I'm going on my 7th trip this week. Store has been on vacation 5 times already. So I know my store is messed up, but Cancun was great.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd take that too. I'd put the store on. Some, but not all. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, right now, listings active.
I've never been on a cruise like that. My daughter has. But my husband, he said he'd get seasick, so we just never did.
So I'm trying to look at where item specific 624 they're looking for on Robbie's.
Mine's 676. We're right together.
But I'm not worried about it unless
because when I click on them, there's no empty blanks for me to fill in. I don't understand that.
Yeah, there is. You have to search for them. I drove myself crazy looking for certain ones. Believe me, if it doesn't tell you, I fill in the ones I feel are search value and apply character, movie brand, that type of thing, but I leave a lot blank. Yeah, well, because they ask for character on a T-shirt that doesn't have a character, or a movie on, like I don't do any of that crap stuff. Sorry. I don't.
Some of the things they do ask for is kind of dumb on the stuff. I found some patterns of mine that I've had for so long, never cut. I mean, nice ones. So I'm going to sell them. I'm just trying to see. They don't go for much, even though they're not cut. I think I'm going to, see, that's a Christmas one. Oh,
We flew 7 nights, all inclusive. Nice.
couch.
I feel my vintage jewelry, so many hiccups on task, blow them off. Have an ample martini. My number of what they recommend is 1405. Wow. I would spend 15 minutes on every listing if I filled in everything, right, Jenny? I know, it's crazy.
I was spending an hour and 20 minutes on them and wasn't trying to fill everything out.
Right.
But I got smart. Y'all taught me. Y'all taught me. And now I can do them pretty good. I'd say I'd go in the house after being out here 8 hours in the office, and I'd say, James, I listed 10 in 8 hours. He said, I'm proud of you. I said, I'm not too proud of me. That wasn't even taking the pictures either. That was just doing the computer. Researching it. Let's do these together.
Well, that's a big problem too in the beginning. I think you get caught up with a lot of researching. Oh, I think I screwed up on a listing now that I think about this. Shoot. I'm not going to worry about it right now. But yeah, when you're new and you're kind of a newbie, you do a lot more research. You could, especially if it's something that's rare or few and far between, or you can't find it. I have a book that's driving me absolutely nuts that I got to work on.
And you buy a whole lot of stuff that you really don't need. I've got so much. I mean, I got a scanner that beeps, a barcode scanner. Comes on my computer automatically.
Go to Wine Country in Middle Tennessee this weekend for going to Wine Country in Middle Tennessee this weekend for a girl cousin get together. I am in charge of bringing Memphis barbecue and making the Moscow mules.
I know somebody that just went there in Memphis. They're on YouTube though. I don't really know. So, but I do. I follow them. They took us there. You know what I mean?
They're going to Wine Country in Tennessee?
They already been.
Oh.
They took the camera with them. And
okay.
Yeah. It's ex-mayor of Florida.
Oh.
Well, was the mayor. But so I'm going to quit doing all that and start doing this, I guess. I've just been trying to take care of other things, like my health and what have you. And then once I get all that squared away, then I'll.
Well, that's important.
Then I will.
When are you going to that, Robin? That sounds fun.
This so fun. This weekend, she said, going to wine country in Middle
Oh, this
Tennessee
weekend.
this
Okay.
weekend.
Well, do you put your store on vacation mode just for a weekend trip? Why don't you just push your days out?
That Memphis barbecue.
Can't you
Wait,
just push your day out, an extra day on shipping?
yeah, because she's leaving Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
And weekends don't count.
No.
3-day shipping right there. No, yeah. No, she could go 2-day shipping, couldn't she? If she mailed it out Friday, weekends don't count.
Well, if she sells it Friday, it technically doesn't have to go out till Monday.
No, but I meant that she sold it Thursday.
She sold it Thursday. Yeah, then it has to go out Friday. But yeah, if she just puts it on an extra day, then it would have to go out Monday. If she wants to buy another day, she could do Tuesday. But
yeah,
don't use vacation mode when you don't have to. I find that you're better off just. But again, the problem is, and we've found that out with
she changed all policies to 2 days, so she's covered.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Yeah, we June, I didn't help you with policies. We got to work on that because that's the only problem with the policies when you use business policies to change them all.
Do you think that might be what's hurting me? No, because the click view is not there. So that's not hurting. You know what I mean? Because it seems like things changed when I did that.
Really? I don't know.
I mean, but I have 30 of them.
We could talk to a blue in the face about why the algorithm does what it does. It's so crazy.
But I have 30 of them. Policies.
Well.
So, but they don't see that, do they?
No, she's not,
okay.
Gayleen. Gayleen, are you promoting? I asked everybody to chime in about promoting. What do you feel about it? Because maybe that's what we have to do.
What does that entail?
Promoted?
Yeah, I mean, what does that do?
It just gives it gives you a little more exposure. Yes, I do everything 3 to 4%. Okay.
What does she mean by 3 to 4%?
That means you give up another 3 to 4% to push your items to the top of the advertising.
I got my stuff rock bottom as it is.
I know. I've been selling for 10 years and can't figure eBay out. I've been doing it for 20-something years and still can't figure it out. Trust me.
They change stuff so much.
Not only that, but when they make changes, I think it affects all of us. I really do. And sometimes I think it affects. I got away from calculated weight for shipping. That seemed to help a couple of years back. I only promote on about a third of my listings and only on items that other folks have listed as well.
That's smart. That's a smart way of doing it. What other people have, right?
4% on highly saturated things, 3% on everything else.
You get to pick and choose what you do?
Yeah.
Percentage?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but don't forget, I promote or there's never enough eyes on items. Okay. Shannon, what kind of percentages do you use? So I just did Robbie's store with the close at 3%. But, then besides what they charge, you pay on top of it another 3%. So you lose that money.
Yeah, you're paying your listing fee. You're selling.
Well, there is no listing fee.
No, that's true.
No more. June, I hate to say this, but you really do need to promote. Just have to at this point. I know they've kind of forced us all into it, it feels like, right?
All right, T, we'll both promote.
Well, I did on the close on Robbie's store. Maybe you just got to pick and choose what you do now. I don't know about the dolls. I don't know if I would promote them. I think people are still searching for those on their own. But some other stuff, some common craft stuff maybe that you have.
I've got all these brand new toys that I bought from your toy store.
Yeah, but the brand new ones I would save for the holiday. I would just let those go.
Okay.
Yeah, and I agree with that, Karen. See, I kind of go with Karen a little bit more on this one. June, just try putting the entire store on sale for 10%. Might be worth it, even though you say your prices are rock bottom. Maybe try
Yes,
it.
I did a 10% 2 months ago, and I was rocking it, wasn't I?
Yeah. Sometimes it's got to wake up the store. Sometimes you just need a little boost.
My problem is I do it for a month, and I'm not doing it for a month.
No, do it for a couple of days.
Days, not 2 weeks or a week.
No, I do mine like from Thursday to Monday.
Okay, let me do that. Well, how's everybody? They won't know unless they go. Do they promote that?
No, but you're putting it on sale. So I don't know. Maybe watchers. You know, what I can't stand, one of the biggest, and I've always said this, my biggest pet peeve is that if I have 6 watchers, when I have 5 watchers, and then I have 2 watchers, all of a sudden they send me, I can send an offer to 1 watcher item. Why aren't you giving me an offer I can send to the 6 watchers? I have 1 item promoted, 20%. It's my Grail item, which I listed at an inflated price. All right.
Let me ask y'all, what do you feel about auction?
I have a problem with auction too, for the simple reason is if buyers aren't used to your store being an auction store. When I started out in the very beginning and I sold a lot of auction items, well, first of all, I didn't even start off in my store. It was my father's, I think, or my son's. I can't even remember. But regardless, I was selling all his camera equipment and we were doing all auctions, and that's what we were known for, doing all auctions. I feel like if all of a sudden I've been a buy it now seller for 20 years and I throw something up for auction, a lot of people don't even know I do an auction. So then you run into the thing is, what do I start it out at? And you got to start it out at a price you're willing to lose it for.
I know. See, that's what scares me. Say, hypothetically, I put my $20 on there. The highest bidder wins at that day. It's going to be gone.
Yeah, so if you started at $10,
what if I started at $40 and it only goes up to $50? I got to let it go for $50.
Yeah.
No, because mine are fully clothed, underclothes, clothes, socks, shoes, hair done, boxed up, wrapped up. I mean, cushioned, everything.
Right.
I can't.
Yeah, auctions only for rare, unique items. Kobe Bryant rookie basketball card. Got it. Yay, Glenn. But you can't start the auction at but you can. Yes, you can. So again, but you know what? Even when I was doing auctions in the beginning, because of the lenses that my father was selling and the people that knew us and that we, Zeiss lenses and things like that, like a lot of the Japanese and we were selling those like to Germany and stuff like that. And at the time, eBay was an auction site. Like that was the difference too. They were only doing auctions. Like it was so much different 20 something years ago. So, you know, he was still getting $400, $500, $800 for certain lenses and certain pieces of equipment and camera bodies and whatever he was selling at the time. We were never really losing. Once in a blue moon. So, and then when I opened my store, when my aunt passed away and I decided to switch over so I could get some feedback, I started auctions purposely to get the feedback. And I did start at 99 cents for a lot of stuff. And it was a lot of like maybe little stuff, not big stuff, but like tchotchke stuff, like, 99 cents or 99 cents, whatever it was. So I did give a lot of stuff away at 99 cents. I did a lot of glass stuff and dishes and, plates and things like that. Not higher end stuff, maybe even Lennox stuff at some point, maybe some Mikasa common,
Somebody got lucky then.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe one or two items did go. When Christmas came and I did some Lennox Christmas, I made some money and I lost some money, whatever. But it built my feedback. Like I did it for a lot of reasons because I had no feedback because I was a brand new store, and it worked out. And it is what it is. Because my current store, and I always remember to look. My current store right now is only probably from 2004 or 6, because in the very beginning, I was using my father and then my son. So I wasn't even using my own store, and that was because they had feedback.
Right. That's that's my other store. It doesn't have any feedback or anything.
Right.
So.
Well, did you get one? Didn't you finally get one? Oh, you
No,
didn't.
I sold 2 things.
Oh, you did get a sale. You just
but
never
they
got
didn't leave
feedback, which is common. I mean, unfortunately, it does happen. I also try to list a variety: coins one day, jewelry next day, postcards, etc.
Do you have any of your aunt's jewelry left?
No,
You're all done?
No. And quite honestly, anything really that was kind of left of that was gold or silver got hawked. So yeah. I mean, I do have a little bit of costume left and some stuff, but
Nothing real?
no, I think for the most part, the real stuff, if I didn't really, really keep it, I sold it.
Yeah. I meant that sellable, like in your store or something.
I have like 3 pieces in my store. I have nothing crazy in my store. I think I have
I'll just look.
Yeah, and it's in my store, not Robbie's store.
Oh, okay.
I think it's just 3 pieces of jewelry in there, to be honest with you.
Is it costume?
Yeah, it's higher end costume.
Okay. If something is gold over silver, can it be sized?
You asked me that question already. I don't think so. I
Well,
don't
thought maybe
promote, but I
something like
also
that
try to
would.
buy vintage, unique items and common stuff. I figure it may sell on eBay, but use Macari and lower price to sell rather than to try to compete with other eBay sellers. Yeah, and I feel like the only thing I might possibly be competing with on eBay is my clothes, and that's why for Robbie I put his stuff on promoted.
So many people do. The jewelry is just went crazy.
I remember when Bowler Buddies didn't sell jewelry, and now that's all you see her sell is whatnot is jewelry. I know. It's crazy.
Donna too.
Yeah.
If I don't know about whatnot. I don't know. I don't know if I mean, this has helped me coming on with you. Exposure, you know, because I was so scared, you know that I still don't know if I can do whatnot.
Try to sell some naked baby dolls.
You know what? I got one listed naked because the lady wanted her clothes and not the doll.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Robin.
And y'all heard about the one that wanted me to decapitate it. She wanted only the head, huh?
Is that the one that's naked?
No, I didn't decapitate.
See, Adam says whatnot is so strong for me, but Adam, it took you time. Adam's been on for a long time.
Yeah, but they're selling that stuff for $6, $5, $4. You almost have to have mass quantity of stuff because you're going to go through, you know, I don't know.
Well, that's why they were vetting people for whatnot, and that's why they got a little lax and whatnot got a little saturated, and not everybody on there should be on there. Just saying. And that's
Yeah,
another
it's good to
reason.
sell
That's another
something.
reason I'm not on there, because I don't anymore have quantities like I used to have.
Stuff goes real cheap over there, though.
Yes,
2,000 followers and 1,200 in sales. That's good.
2 years. Wow. So I don't know, June. I mean, maybe you try a sale first.
And let me do that. I'm gonna set it up tonight, later on, to
And
start
then
tomorrow.
if that doesn't boost you, then we'll try also not scheduling the listings, and then see if that does something. You know what you could also do is the ones that you have scheduled for the next couple of days, you can bulk reschedule, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
So you could push them out a couple of days, and the 50 that you have in draft right now, you could just do those over the next couple of
yeah,
days
yeah.
and see if that helps.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna play around with it, see what I can't do. But I'm not gonna do an auction because the two times that I did it, I was so excited. I was checking it every second, and I'd go to the grocery store and I'm grabbing my phone and let me see how I don't
But
like all
even
that.
auctions on YouTube are just not the same anymore. Brian will tell you that. Pam will tell you that. I mean, the girls do okay, but everybody who's doing auctions right now kind of, and Wendy can confirm this, because Wendy hangs with some of the auction people. A lot of people now are just doing buy it now auctions where they're just, they're doing quick auctions where they're grabbing like, like
Yeah,
let's
and
just
saying
say
buy it now for $20, right?
I have this men's structured new with tags, size large, this was from Sears, right? Original 35. All right, I need $10 for this. Who wants to give me 10? Put 10 in the chat.
Ah,
I'm gonna buy it
y'all
now.
hear that? Let me check it out.
You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of them are doing. A lot of them also are charging shipping, right? And Donna and I got in the habit of not charging shipping, and then we had to go to, all right, but you have to spend $25 for free shipping, and then we went to 35, and then we went to 40, right? And that got a little, what do I list, Shanna? So we used to do a lot of clothes, and one of the reasons is because I used to buy a lot of wholesale items. Like when Sears in the Northeast went out of business, Brian Mr. Buys a Lot, who's a good friend of mine, him and I kind of went in on the Sears deal. He took a lot of the tools and hard goods and some other stuff, and we took a lot of the clothes. So we did clothes for years, and then we got into that. But then I've been all over the place, because I shouldn't even say that, because that's only within the last 10 years. Because when I first started out, I did a lot of glass. I did a lot of Murano. I did like the, what do you call it, I want to say flashlight glass. Oh my god, I can't think. And that just got too crazy with the shipping and with the breakage and stuff like that. Then I was buying stuff like just locally at garage sales, where it was just one-off stuff, a camping lantern, a mug, a plate, just mixing it up. Uranium, thank you, Adam. Vaseline, same, yeah, either or. But thank you guys. My brain is just not working. I'm sorry. And then just like miscellaneous knickknacks and stuff like that. Some rarer stuff. Some, back in the day when stuff now isn't even rare when it comes to glass. Like, it's so hard to even find stuff that's rare, right? You can't sell Hummels. You can't even give them away anymore. Same thing with Lennox. Same thing, like, there's a few pieces. Same thing with Department 56. Like, I had bought a whole thing. I did a lot of Department 56 here with you guys, though. I didn't sell a lot of it on my own. I think I might have done one or two big pieces that I had. But for the most part, and then I started getting into books, and I did 10,000 books, and I did rare books, and I was searching books. I was like disregarding everything, and I was so hot and heavy into books. And then I was listing on Amazon besides, and doing fulfilled by FBM, and like I was just all over the place. And the books were good for a while. Like I would make money on books, but it got a little boring too after a while and stuff like that. So then I moved and moved up to other stuff, and I don't know. So now basically my husband's store is all clothing, and my store is going to be all ephemera, all paper. We got a great deal on vintage menus that I bought an entire box of those. I have a whole filing cabinet. Actually, I have some here. I can just show you, give you an idea of what they are. So like I got a ton of these, and I'm trying now to kind of keep all in the ephemera category because of my space. I don't have the space I used to have. So in my first house on Long Island, not only did I have 4 bedrooms upstairs, but I had a full garage like this that we didn't keep the car in. I had a full basement. I had so much more room. And I also had about 6 storage units. And then when we moved to, I had 6 storage units. Yeah, I had two of them.
I have 3, and that's
2 of them were 2-car garages. But that was really when I was hot and heavy with the auctions and stuff too. So like these are old Pan Am menus. Look at the plane on here, right? And then it's like the first class, historic first flights of Pan American Clipper, October 26, 1958. That's the picture that's on the front. And then it has, you know, the menu for the flight. And this tells you what the flight was.
she said she,
I'm mainly listing the items I have found that were no longer listed. Ah, okay. And this is like a whole page of wines and champagnes and everything that then they had international coffees. But where is it? An American Jet Clipper departs New York for its first scheduled jet passenger flight to Paris, October 26, 1958. So then it tells you like this is a 1926 Spirit of St. Louis. Like it tells you what it is and whatever. And then this is all menus. So, and I'm selling these for like $50 a pop. I have no competition. So I'll take offers, whatever. I've sold a couple, maybe taken an offer for 40 or something like that, because somebody either collects Pan Am or somebody collects menus. This is really a true collector's item. It's long tail. Postcards, right? So I have a bunch of vintage postcards, some older, some not, you know, right. What is this? This is Spanish here, like this stuff, the cathedral. This is Versailles. You know, that I do a lot of that stuff. And then I had bought a lot of advertising trade cards from Brian. So I'm selling, I'm doing a lot of this stuff now. Paper is long tail. That's why I'm keeping Robbie's store for more of the quick bread and butter stuff, and my stuff to do more of the long tail. Plus this stuff comes in and out of popularity. Right now with the economy not doing well, you're not getting a lot of collectors buying a lot of stuff like this, right? Although you'll get your one-off postcard that somebody wants because they went to Munich and, you know, this is, you know, a scene that they remember, or they never got a postcard, or they just collect postcards or whatever. You know, pretty scene there in Germany. So different stuff like that. Advertising trade cards are really good. They take a lot of work. I've done a lot of research on some of these. Can't find some of these. They're rare and far between. Sometimes I list multiple quantities together because they fall within the same thing. And then when you have specialty things like this, you got to watch your keywords. You got to make sure you put certain keywords in there. So this is stuff I'm not listing anymore right now. I'm trying to keep up with some of the other stuff that fell off and things like that. And I've got to call Robbie because he told me to call me when I went off, and he's going to be sleeping, and I don't want to do that if he's still sleeping. But I'm mainly listing the items I have found that, yeah. And that's what I've been doing too. I've been taking pictures, and I have some games here too that I had laying around that I listed. Oh, and then my brother gave me a bunch of sports stuff, cards and stuff my father brought that he didn't want anymore. So, stuff we might have had as kids that I've got to go through and I'm going to sell. And then I even have some more books that were still at the store that nobody took or just were in a bin or whatever. And then baseball, basketball, stuff like that I still have to get listed. So I do it all.
I finally sold a whole box of cards the other day.
Oh, good.
And I didn't think I could do it. I don't buy that stuff, so because I don't know enough about it to sell it. But they like
all
it.
right, June. I think we're gonna say goodnight because I have to call Robbie and
Right.
I'm exhausted. Guys, thanks for coming on. Thanks for listening to me. Robin, thank you, sweetheart. That was not very generous and nice of you. Guys, I'll be back on Thursday night unless, it gets really crazy here with, Mason and Nicole and Brian. I'm going to try to come on. We'll see how it goes. Love you guys. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for, it's time to go. All right. I'll see you on Thursday. I'll have some news on Thursday.
Okay.
Good night, guys.